watching UNO with Dr. Ambrish Saxena.
Hello students, today is Friday 22nd of November 2019. Political donations or political funding have always been a major issue in the electoral politics of this country. And common people or common citizens have been granted no right to know as to who donated to whom and how much amount. And lately the efforts are being made to further make this whole area more secretive. In the year 2017, the Parliament, while passing the Finance Bill, also made a provision for electoral bonds. These electoral bonds are in fact the interest-free bearer bonds, and the Reserve Bank of India is an intermediary in the whole process. So, as per this scheme, this electoral bond scheme, a political party can receive donations, that is cashless donations, up to any amount from any Indian or a foreign company without having to register or report the matter as far as the source of the funding is concerned. And any political party which has a 1% vote share in Lok Sabha election or the state assembly election is entitled for receiving such donations. And if we look into the statistics of the political donations as collected by the ADR, the Association for Democratic Reforms, in the financial year 2017-2018, an amount of 222 crore was donated to political parties in the form of these bonds, and 95% of this benefit went to the ruling party in the center. And this has also been observed that whenever the elections are happening, the sale of these bonds increases. Like if we take reference to the elections of this year, of the Lok Sabha elections 2019, in March the sale increased to 1,366 crore rupees, and in April this further increased to 2,256 crore rupees. Though there is a time plan which has to be made on an annual basis as far as the availability of these bonds is concerned, but that has also been flouted twice. As per an RTI inquiry, this has been revealed that at the time of the state assembly elections, the finance ministry persuaded the RBI for the release of these bonds. And if we go back to 2016 and 17, when the government was planning to bring these bonds, the objections were raised at different levels. In response to an RTI inquiry, it has been revealed that the Reserve Bank of India had objection to the provisions of these bonds because it felt that it is compromising the authority of the RBI of issuing the bearer bonds. And also the Reserve Bank of India was of the opinion that these bonds are not transparent because there is a violation of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act is involved. The Election Commission of India also objected to bringing of these bonds, and the main objection of the Election Commission was to the anonymity of the donors. Election Commission of India also said that permitting the loss-making companies to make donations is also not right. Why? Because this is opening doors for the shell companies to come in existence only for the purpose of political donations. And the 1% criteria has also been objected. This was done by the Law Commission. Law Commission said that this 1% criteria of the vote share is very less because the Election Commission has the provision of registering the political parties having 6% vote shares as far as the recognition of parties is concerned. If we go into the data of the political parties, we find there are 8 recognized national parties and 52 recognized state parties. And if we look into the unrecognized party by the Election Commission, their number is 2,487. And if we look into the current status, a petition is being heard by the Supreme Court on the legality of these electoral bonds. In the last hearing, the Supreme Court has issued instructions to political parties to submit the data with regard to the donations that has been collected through these electoral bonds to the Election Commission. But independent analysts feel that this whole process is in fact has no meaning, because the bonds are being sold by the State Bank of India. So if the government is actually interested in collecting the data, it can always find out as to who are the donors and to whom the donations are being made. So can we expect that there will be more transparency in political donations in future? This is hard to answer. Now moving on to another story, this news is coming from Bihar. In the year 2016, Bihar Assembly passed a legislation which is known as Prohibition and Excise Act. What does it prescribe? It prescribes, or it puts a complete ban on the production, sale, distribution and consumption of alcohol in the state. While hearing a case with regard to prohibition by a single judge bench of Bihar High Court, the Judge Anil Kumar Upadhyay ordered the state government to provide the complete details with regard to the prohibition, like how many people have been arrested and how much success has been there of this scheme. So as per the data provided by the Bihar government, it says that at least 6 lakh or more than 6 lakh raids were conducted by Bihar Police and the Excise Department with regard to prohibition, and more than 1,67,000 people were arrested in these cases, and 52 lakh litre of liquor was seized in different raids. So in another case which was being heard with regard to prohibition yesterday, the division bench of Bihar High Court, headed by the Chief Justice Sanjay Karol, he said that the rising number of cases is a matter of concern, rising number of cases with regard to prohibition, and the High Court criticized the Bihar government for loading the already burdened judiciary with an additional 2 lakh cases related to prohibition. This also includes 40,000 bail applications or bail petitions which are pending in Bihar High Court. So the High Court bench has asked the state government to provide the complete details with regard to infrastructure and the mechanism that the Bihar government would have made to deal with the cases of the prohibition. Let us hope that in future, whenever such kind of legislations are made, then enough provisions are made to make sure that whatever the objective behind bringing a legislation, that is finally achieved. That is all in today's edition.